You've probably followed the same morning routine for years, maybe starting with a cup of coffee, skipping breakfast, or just going through the motions on autopilot. And that's completely natural. But what if some of these everyday habits, the ones that feel harmless or second nature, are actually undermining your energy, mood, and overall health, especially now that you're over 60? This isn't just another list of health tips that vanish by tomorrow. It's a caring, thoughtful conversation from Seniors Wise Advice designed to help you tune in to what your body is quietly telling you. Because once you hit your 60s, your body speaks more subtly. A little stiffness, a dip in energy, a brain fog that lingers longer than usual. These aren't just random annoyances. They're early messages that something needs your attention. If ignored, these whispers can grow louder. That's why today, I want to gently guide you through 6 common morning habits that many women over 60 have adopted, often without realizing the harm they may cause. Doctors aren't shouting about these, but they wish more older adults would take them seriously. Not to make life harder, but to help you feel better and age with more ease and vitality. Most importantly, I'll show you what to do instead. Simple, compassionate changes that bring clarity to your thoughts, strength to your body, and calm to your mornings. Because here's something worth remembering. How you treat yourself in the first hour of the day shapes how you feel for the rest of it. Your morning isn't just a beginning, it's the foundation of your well-being. Let's start with the first habit. Skipping water in the morning. Think about this. What's the first thing you put into your body after you wake up? For many women over 60, it's that beloved cup of coffee or tea. And there's no denying it offers comfort, a warm, soothing ritual before the day unfolds. But here's what many don't realize. Skipping water first thing in the morning can set your body back before it even gets going. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep without any fluids, your body wakes up slightly dehydrated. And, as we age, our internal signals for thirst become less accurate. You may not feel thirsty, but your body still needs hydration. This quiet dehydration can show up in ways that feel disconnected. Headaches, tiredness, slower thinking, dry skin, constipation, and even achy joints. Research even shows that mild dehydration in older adults can impair memory, balance, and concentration. And yet, so few people connect these symptoms to something as simple as not drinking enough water. There's another wrinkle to this. If your morning begins with coffee before water, you might be making the problem worse. Caffeine acts as a diuretic. It draws water out of your body. So that comforting drink might be draining you more than you realize. That first cup of coffee might give you a quick lift, but it also takes more than it gives, especially when your body is craving hydration. The good news? This is one of the easiest habits to change, and the benefits can be surprisingly quick and powerful. By simply starting your morning with a glass of water, around 8 to 12 ounces, you're helping your body flush out toxins, support digestion, and boost your energy naturally. Many women say they feel more clear-headed within just 30 minutes of doing this regularly. Want to enhance that benefit even more? Try adding a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt to your morning water. The lemon helps stimulate digestion, and the sea salt provides trace minerals that improve your body's ability to absorb the water. This little trick is especially helpful if you often wake up with low energy or experience leg cramps. Here's a simple, no-excuse tip. Place a full glass of water on your nightstand before bed. That way, it's ready and waiting for you as soon as you open your eyes. You don't need to think about it. Just sit up, reach for the glass, and take that first sip before anything else. Before the coffee, the emails, the headlines, or your to-do list. This isn't about being perfect or following a trend. It's about beginning your day with a small, meaningful act of self-care. One that can reduce aches, improve focus, and help you greet the day with more vitality, every single morning. Habit 2. Reaching for your phone. The moment you wake up. Let me ask you something honestly. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? If you're like many people today, the answer's probably check my phone. It might be texts, emails, news alerts, or a scroll through social media, sometimes even before your feet touch the floor. It feels harmless, maybe even responsible. But this simple habit might be quietly stealing your peace, energy, and emotional stability before your day even begins. Here's why. When you first wake up, your brain is shifting from deep sleep to full wakefulness. This is called the alpha state, a gentle, sensitive window where your mind is open and your nervous system is still delicate. What you expose yourself to in this state deeply influences your mood and stress levels for the rest of the day. Now, picture this. You open your phone, and the first thing you see is a troubling headline, a jarring image, or a message that stirs up anxiety. Even if you don't consciously react, your body does. Your heart rate increases. Cortisol, the hormone responsible for stress, begins to surge, and without realizing it, your day starts on high alert. Instead of beginning the day grounded and centered, you've launched into it already overstimulated. And for women over 60, this kind of stress can linger longer and affect everything from digestion to mental clarity to sleep later that night. Doctors are noticing a growing number of older adults, especially women, coming in with similar complaints. Poor sleep, morning anxiety, low energy, and a general sense of sadness they can't quite explain. And when the conversation turns to their daily routines, one pattern keeps showing up: checking the phone immediately after waking. Here's something worth thinking about. Your phone is full of other people's lives, their worries, their demands, their opinions. When you dive into that world first thing in the morning, you're handing over your peace and attention before you've even had a moment to connect with yourself. But what if you tried something different? Imagine if the first few minutes of your day were yours alone, calm, quiet, intentional. I invite you to create a 15-minute phone-free space when you wake up. That's it. Just 15 minutes with no screens, no alerts, no outside noise. In that small window, you could stretch gently, sip warm water, breathe deeply, or simply sit in stillness. Reflect, pray, journal, or just enjoy the silence. You might be surprised how differently your mind and body feel. Rather than being pulled into a reactive mode, you begin the day grounded, with a sense of calm and control. You get to decide what kind of energy enters your space, and, just as importantly, what kind stays out. Let's not forget, your mornings are yours, not your inboxes, not the breaking news, not social media's endless scroll. You deserve a peaceful beginning, especially now, in this deeply important season of life when your energy and time are more valuable than ever. Habit 3. Skipping protein at breakfast. Now let's talk about breakfast, or the absence of it. Many women over 60 say the same thing. I'm just not hungry in the morning. Or, I just have coffee and maybe a piece of toast. That's enough. And that might have been just fine in your 30s or 40s. But once you're in your 60s, your body begins to shift, and it starts quietly asking for more support, especially in the form of protein. Protein is one of the most overlooked, yet most vital nutrients for women over 60. It's not just for building muscles. It plays a crucial role in maintaining bone strength, supporting brain health, fueling your immune system, and keeping your energy stable throughout the day. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. It's incredibly common after 60 and can lead to feeling weaker, moving more slowly, and being more prone to falls. But here's the empowering part. This muscle loss is not inevitable. With enough high-quality protein, especially early in the day, you can slow down or even reverse the effects of sarcopenia. Why protein in the morning matters. So, why is the morning the best time to focus on protein? Because your body has been in a fasting state overnight. When you wake up, your muscles are like dry sponges, ready to soak up the nutrients they've been waiting for. Giving your body a solid dose of protein within the first hour helps jumpstart your metabolism, support muscle repair, and stabilize your blood sugar for the rest of the day. And yet, so many common breakfasts fall short. A slice of toast, a banana, maybe a muffin or a quick bowl of cereal. These choices are high in carbs, low in protein, and while they may be easy, they don't offer the lasting energy or nourishment your body truly needs. Often, they leave you feeling hungry or sluggish within an hour or two. So, what does a protein-rich breakfast actually look like? It doesn't have to be fancy or difficult. Here are some simple, satisfying ideas. 2 eggs sautéed with a handful of spinach and a sprinkle of cheese. Greek yogurt topped with berries and chia seeds. A smoothie made with protein powder, almond milk, frozen fruit, and a spoonful of nut butter. Cottage cheese with sliced peaches and a few walnuts. Even leftovers, like grilled chicken or tofu with some roasted vegetables, can make an excellent start to the day. And if you prefer something warm and soothing, try stirring a scoop of collagen peptides into your morning tea or coffee. It dissolves easily, has no taste, and adds a gentle protein boost without changing your routine. Health experts suggest that older women aim for at least 20 grams of protein at breakfast. That might sound like a lot, but just 2 eggs and a small Greek yogurt will get you there. Remember, breakfast isn't just about eating. It's about nourishing. It's a chance to give your body what it needs to feel strong, balanced, and supported throughout the day. You've spent your life caring for others. This simple habit? It's a way to care for you. Habit 4. Negative self-talk in the mirror. Now, let's talk about something quiet, something personal, and something deeply powerful, the way you speak to yourself. Specifically, what do you say when you see yourself in the mirror first thing in the morning? For many women over 60, those few moments can be filled with silent self-judgment. A frown, a sigh, a fleeting thought like, "I look so tired," or "What happened to me?" or "Look at these wrinkles." It happens almost automatically, but over time, those small, quiet criticisms start to shape how you feel about yourself. And that feeling, subtle as it may seem, can color your whole day. Here's the truth. Your face, your body, your skin, they're telling a story. A beautiful, meaningful story of everything you've lived through. Every laugh line, every crease, every change is proof that you've loved, that you've worked hard, that you've shown up again and again, even when it wasn't easy. Those aren't flaws, they're signs of life, of resilience, of you. But too often, we look in the mirror and focus only on what's changed. We compare ourselves to younger versions of who we used to be, or to others whose lives and timelines are completely different from our own. And we speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to someone we love. That needs to change. Because the words you use, especially with yourself, carry power. They carry energy. And beginning your day with self-criticism, even in a whisper, can quietly dim your light before the day even begins. So here's a new habit to try. Awareness. Tomorrow morning, when you look in the mirror, pause. Listen. What's the first thought that comes to mind? Is it kind or is it critical? And if it's not kind, gently replace it. Say something nourishing, something true. Thank you, body, for carrying me this far. These lines show how much I've lived. I may not look the same, but I've grown into wisdom and strength. These aren't just affirmations. They're reminders that you are worthy of compassion, that you are still growing, that every new day is a gift, and you deserve to greet it with love, especially from yourself. Better yet, write down a morning affirmation and tape it to your mirror. Let it be the first voice you hear each day, a voice that gently reminds you of your worth, not your age. This isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing compassion over criticism. It's about making peace with the mirror, and more importantly, with the woman looking back at you. You deserve that. You've earned it. Let's move on to something most women don't even realize is shaping the tone of their day. How much time they spend sitting first thing in the morning. After a full night of lying still, it's perfectly natural to want a slow, peaceful start. Maybe you linger on the edge of the bed, sit quietly in your favorite chair with a warm drink, or stay nestled under the covers just a little longer. There's comfort in those quiet moments, and they absolutely have their place. But if stillness becomes the only activity during the first part of your day, especially for more than 30 minutes, your body may begin to feel the effects in ways that grow more noticeable over time. After the age of 60, movement becomes more than just beneficial. It becomes essential. The longer we stay seated after waking, the more sluggish our circulation remains. Muscles stay tight, joints stay stiff, and the natural signals your brain relies on to say, "We're awake, we're alert, we're ready," may not activate fully. When this happens day after day, it can contribute to a slower gait, less stable balance, more frequent stumbles, and even a kind of emotional dullness that lingers for hours. Doctors are seeing this more often in older adults who describe feeling low energy, mildly depressed, or mentally foggy without understanding why. And often, it starts with the morning routine. But the beauty of this habit is that it can shift with the smallest change. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. You don't need a fitness class or a schedule. What your body truly needs is a gentle signal that says, "We're beginning." Just 5 to 10 minutes of light movement can make a noticeable difference. That could mean stretching your arms high above your head, slowly rolling your shoulders, marching in place as you breathe deeply, or walking across the room to open the curtains and let the sunlight touch your skin. Some women find joy in turning on soft music and simply moving to the rhythm. Others step outside barefoot for a few seconds to feel the cool earth and reconnect with the world around them. Whatever that first movement looks like, the intention behind it is the same. You're not exercising. You're connecting to your breath, to your body, and to your presence in this new day. So tomorrow morning, when you rise, take a breath. Let it be slow. Let it be yours. Sip your water. Meet your own eyes with kindness. And then, with care and gentleness, begin to move. Let your body know it's time to wake. Not with urgency, but with respect. Because after everything it's done for you, the least it deserves is a warm hello. Movement isn't about chasing fitness goals or squeezing into old routines. It's about something far deeper, honoring the incredible systems within you that are still working, still showing up, still carrying you through each day. Your heart, your lungs, your muscles, all of them loyal, all of them quietly asking for a little attention, a little gratitude. So tomorrow morning, before you sit too long or scroll too far, take a breath, place your feet on the ground, and move. Even if it's just a few steps across the room, even if it's just reaching your arms overhead or circling your ankles. In that moment, you're saying something powerful to your body. I am here. I am present. And I am ready to start this day with life in my limbs and gratitude in my bones. Now, let's talk about something even quieter, even more easily overlooked. The sacred moments we often skip. The ones that happen not on a calendar or screen, but deep within. Let's take a breath together. Not a rushed breath, not one squeezed between tasks, but a full, grounding breath that brings you back to yourself. Because in the stillness of the morning, before the lists and the laundry, before anyone needs anything from you, there's a small, sacred invitation waiting. And, more often than not, we miss it. We go from sleep to motion, from rest to responsibility, and we forget to touch base with the part of us that holds meaning. For many women in this season of life, spirituality becomes more than a belief system. It becomes a quiet anchor. It's the thing we return to when the world feels loud, when our roles shift, when we need a place inside that feels steady, rooted, and real. But that steady place can't speak if we don't make space for it. The world pulls us outward from the moment we open our eyes. Notifications, appointments, family, tasks, they all ask for pieces of us. And unless we make a conscious choice, the gentle voice within is drowned out before it even has a chance to whisper. Skipping over that inner moment might seem harmless, But slowly, over time, it drains us. It leaves our days feeling mechanical, even when everything on the outside looks fine. We lose connection not just to spirit, but to ourselves. And the beautiful part is, it doesn't take much to find it again. You don't need a long ritual. You don't need perfect silence. You don't even have to call it spirituality if that doesn't feel right. What matters is that you begin your day with something that brings you back to center. Maybe you sit quietly for 5 minutes with your hands over your heart and breathe. Maybe you whisper a small prayer or simply say, "Thank you for this day." Maybe you read a single line from something that lifts your spirit, a poem, a quote, a verse. Maybe you write down one thing you're grateful for, even if it's something as small as a warm blanket or the sound of birdsong. Or maybe you just step outside, close your eyes, and feel the early light on your face. This isn't about doing it perfectly. It's about being present. It's about offering yourself a soft, grounding place to begin, before the noise, before the news, before the needs of the day. That simple act, done consistently and with intention, has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and shift your nervous system into calm. But more importantly, it reminds you that even now, especially now, your soul is still vibrant, and your presence in this world still matters. Your peace is still possible, and your mornings, you've earned them. After a lifetime of showing up, for others, for responsibilities, for all the unexpected turns, these early moments belong to you now. They are yours to shape not just with tasks, but with meaning. Today, you've taken a gentle walk through 6 morning habits. Simple things, perhaps, but as we've seen, they hold quiet power, the kind that softens the edges of your day, nourishes your body, steadies your mind, and brings light back to your spirit. Maybe as you listened, 1 or 2 felt familiar. Maybe you saw a reflection of yourself in the quiet pull toward the phone before your feet touch the floor. Or, in the skipped breakfast, the whispered self-criticism in the mirror, the long sit before moving, the missed breath of stillness before the day begins. If so, here's what I want you to hold close. It is never too late to choose something new. Not because you're broken, not because you need to change to be enough, but because you deserve to feel better. You deserve to wake with strength, with clarity, with softness in your heart, and steadiness in your step. The world too often forgets the wisdom of women over 60. But here, in this space, we don't. We honor it, we learn from it, we hold space for it, and we protect it, gently and fiercely. So when tomorrow comes and you open your eyes to a new day, I invite you to make just one small shift. Drink the water, say something kind to the woman in the mirror, stretch your arms toward the sky, feed your body with something nourishing, close your eyes and thank the day for arriving. Not because you have to, but because you can. This is how change begins. Not in the loud declarations, but in the quiet, steady choices you make when no one's watching but you. The truth is, you are not too old, you're not too late, and this chapter, this one right here, can be the most empowered, most intentional, and most beautiful chapter yet. If this message touched something in you, I hope you'll pass it on to another woman who needs a gentle reminder. And if you're looking for more wisdom, more warmth, more soul-deep guidance, you are always welcome here at Seniors Wise Advice. Take care of yourself. And remember, your mornings matter, and so do you.